Hello! It is about 9:30 on the morning of January 19th, 2024, and that means it's 24 hours of cross-stitch weekend. Now, I did gather everything that I was going to need last night, but I need to catch up on some other things before I can properly start, so I don't know why I'm filming this intro now. I'm also wearing pajamas, and I need to lean awkwardly this way because if I turn the camera that way, all you can see is the light of the window behind me. So yeah, plan for today is basically drink that tea behind me, do a little bit of other work, and see if anybody in the Discord who said they were going to do 24 hours of cross-stitch with me is actually going to do 24 hours of cross-stitch with me, or if I'm completely on my own. I set up my enthralling plans for the day. I did my all-important Esperanto flashcards, and then look, this is my little video game I've been working on. I've been trying to get saving and loading to work, but it's really hard. Look, I've saved these 3 hex tiles. I'll build some more, and now if I press my button to load the save, it should... Yes! Bring the tiles back exactly as they were. You have no idea how complicated that was to get working, okay? And I did most of it last night, but I just had this tiny outstanding bit and I didn't want to leave it all day today because it would just be bugging me all day. I had to get it done. Okay, it's out my system, cross-stitch time. I think I'm going to work on Errol this weekend because last time I did 24 hours of cross-stitch, I spent it on Autumn Stories and it was really satisfying, but I haven't worked on that project in months, and also I just think it'll be really satisfying to finally see some good progress on this one. I don't know if you can see this, but we're starting on 1,712 stitches complete. Let's see where we end up. The occasional break to be a bad influence at people on the internet, naturally. Alright, as you can see, I have already made a mess of this part, so first frogging of the day, let's go. Okay, 1 hour down, 102 stitches, which that does make sense because I remember when I was doing Autumn Stories, I was averaging about 200 stitches an hour, and that's 10th stitch, i.e. half stitches. So it kind of makes sense that that would take half the time, or be twice as fast, whichever way you want to look at it. Anyway, food time now. I will see you back for hour 2. Okay, yeah, that was a bit longer of a lunch break than I expected, but in my defense, I had to convince people to join in with 24 hours of cross-stitch, I had to convince people to play Lord of the Rings online, and I had to help out somebody with a question on Knitting Lemmy, so, you know, busy, busy, busy. Okay, hour 2. 3 hours down and just an unachievable number left to go. I think I've done okay so far. I've managed to stitch this medallion bit on his collar. I can't think of the word for that. What is the word for those things? I've filled in a bit of wing up here, and I've started on some bits down here, which I will continue for the rest of the night. Although there is a chunk in here that I definitely don't own the floss for. Maybe I will get to Boys for some more floss over this weekend. We will see. Yeah, we've got all of the Friday obligations out of the way, done the housework, accepted the shopping delivery, and now it is... well, it's about 4:30 in the afternoon, which means it's Friday night. It also means it's voiceover time, because the last thing Dave wants after a hard week at work is to keep having his TV interrupted by me talking to the camera. Plus, we have our super important Friday night traditions to get on with, like watching reruns of Top of the Pops and being sarcastic about them with the other people watching on Mastodon. And, eating soup. It's a very exciting life we lead. Kinda looks like I've made barely any progress here, and that is not far wrong. I blame my neck light running out of battery, and also, well, I'll let you piece together the rest of the night from these pics. Good morning. I am very not awake yet, but no matter. There's stitching to be done. I was determined to get off to a good start today, so I just jumped straight in. But unfortunately... so this whole section I've just done is like one stitch off, and it turns out it's because literally the first stitch I put in this morning was one stitch off, and then everything's followed on from there. Hey, turns out I didn't need to frog as much as I thought to fix it, so narrow escape there. Okay, scratch that narrow escape thing. I've been working down here because I started on this part up here, but it turns out there's even more misplaced stitches, and now I just kind of want to cry. I'm normally not such a stickler, but these mistakes have all been ones that would have a big knock-on effect, so I guess best to just roll up my sleeves and fix it now. Luckily, you just can't be sad when you're watching gladiators with random people on the internet. Okay, now if you are wondering... No, hang on, let me sort this. There we go. If you are wondering, perhaps quite rightly, why I keep mucking up and I've had to frog so much this weekend already, behold. What do you notice about this pattern? It is a paper pattern, and I don't use paper patterns, so I had to take photos of all 9, I think it was, pages and import them into Pattern Keeper, which I have got working, but it's obviously not like your full Pattern Keeper support. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's all black and white and there's no kind of auto-selecting colours or anything, so you're just on your own for the most part. So I keep just like selecting the wrong thing or just losing where I am in all of the black and white, but also there's another problem because this pattern has a ton of backstitch. And I don't know if you can see any examples there, but often the backstitch kind of goes over the symbols and you can't really make out which ones they are. So I'm having to make educated guesses, or in some cases I'm just kind of missing that and then having to go back and fill it in later, which is really annoying. But yeah, all in all, it's not the smoothest pattern to work from, but Lindisfarne, for some reason, they just don't do PDF patterns, so it is what it is. Anyway, that's my excuse. Okay, now, Saturday was also football night. The Packers were in the playoffs and no way was I missing that. So I had to stay up real late. Okay, it's just past 11. Dave has gone to bed and I am left here watching the football. Operation Cheesehead is go. I still have a couple of hours until the game even starts. I honestly don't know. Like, at the moment, things are looking good. I'm very awake. I thought it was about 9:30. I was very confused when he said he was going to bed. But I could flag really suddenly. So to that end, I have my tea and we'll see. Okay, I've managed to fill in quite a lot without filming it because I do not feel well at all. I filled in some of these gaps, apart from the bits I'm missing colours for, and yeah, it's gonna be rough going today, I can already tell. Got a hot tip from a friend that I should be watching this Flosstube channel and it would make me want to do something called canvas work. I can confirm that was the case. Alright, I am now going on for about 3 hours in today, which means I have 4 hours left to go to hit the 24. I'm gonna make that no problem. It's still early, I'm confident. Only slight road bump is that walk we went on this morning is absolutely playing havoc with my chest and with the remaining symptoms that I have going on. No more details there because nobody wants to know, but not feeling brilliant. So to be honest, for the rest of today I'm just kind of thinking, curl up in my blanket, go full on shrimp mode on the couch, don't worry about camera angles, and just enjoy stitching. I'm sure I'll capture a bit here and there and put up a montage for you now, but yeah, I may just see you when this is all done. Okay, I've decided to start on a new bit up here because new bits are exciting and it'll cheer me up. Shush. Meanwhile, something very delicious smelling is happening in that kitchen. So, not the detailed vlogging of the third day that I would have hoped for, but I made it, and that's the important thing. Also, some of you over on the Discord made it, or at the very least made good progress, and frankly, that's kind of the whole point of the weekend. It does seem like I completely forgot to actually report in with how many stitches I was doing, so here goes. On Friday, I did 6 hours for 471 stitches. On Saturday, 11 hours, 1,185 stitches. And that sounds like a lot, but obviously that was until 4:30 on the Sunday morning because thanks football. Sunday, 7 hours, 630 stitches, which means I did a grand total of 2,286 stitches over the course of the weekend, which is not too shabby if I do say so myself. I would love to be able to report in on the percentage increase that I got, but obviously with this being a paper pattern, Pattern Keeper can't calculate that, so such is life. Thank you to everyone who joined in with me, it was so much fun cheering each other on. And of course thank you to everyone who sat through this rather disjointed recap. As always, extra thanks to my supporters over on Ko-fi and especially to the Stitch Squad. Mary Ann Johnson, Sunny, Candy Riley Pettinger, Laura Salletts, Rosalie, Enlightened Flamingo, Cross Stitch the Globe, and Shay Condon. I'll be back soon with some more crafty nonsense, but in the meantime, have a brilliant rest of your day and keep making cool stuff. Bye!